Hey, this is Josh, and today I'm going to be showing you a bit about the content section in D2L. And just for a bit of context as well, I'm learning all of this as a beginner. I've never been in an administrative role in D2L. I've used it as a student once or twice, but I'm going into this pretty fresh. I've obviously done a bit of playing around enough to make a video about it, of course. And today I'm going to be talking about the content section, and this is actually going to be the first of 4 parts. In the first part, I'm just going to be talking about how you can add a module to the content section. The second section of this 4-part series, I'm going to be showing you how to create different topics. So topics being like assignments and different activities, drop boxes, that kind of stuff. And the third part will be about managing the topics. And then the final part will be managing content display. And there's going to be a lot of overlap as well. So if you want the full experience in this series, I recommend just watching all of them because, I'll be talking about bits and pieces of each in each video. So right now I'm at the home page of my course. And first thing we're going to do is we are going to go into the content section. Now, already I have some stuff going here. My final product is actually going to be a grade 2 social studies module, which I know is kind of weird, but I wanted to take a different take on this. And I've just left it like this for now because I want to give you an idea of what the finished product will kind of look like. But I'm just going to make a quick cut and actually just get rid of all of this, and we're going to start fresh. Okay, so now we have a fresh slate. There is absolutely nothing here in my table of content section where that's where all your modules are going to be showing up. And not just the modules, but also the submodules as they call it in D2L. And yeah, we're just going to be starting fresh, and creating a module itself is actually really, really easy. All you got to do is click add a module, type in the name of the module. So I'm going to be calling this environmental features of Canada. And I'm going to have a few different topics in there, a few different submodules as well. But this is going to be just like the main thing. So I gave it a name. You can also add a date of how long you want to give the students to complete that module, or give them a bit of time frame of when they should have this done by. So let's go into that section. And we'll start it today. Oh, okay. It starts you off on today right away. And we'll give our students, we'll give them a month, let's say. So we'll go to April 15th, which is nice because it's on a Friday. And then the next week you can start the next one. So there you go. And you can pick the exact time you want it done. Let's go for 4 o'clock. We'll say end of the school day. Oh, sorry, that's the due date. This is the end date. So there you go. You probably want those two to be the same. And obviously it won't let you have those as the same as the start date. So I'm just going to fix all that. There we go. You're also going to want to add a description as well. Make sure you click update, by the way. You're also going to want to add a description. So what we will do is click add a description. And I've already got one ready to go because I just deleted it. So just kind of explaining to your students what this module is all about. So we'll click update. So that is how you add an actual module, like the whole big unit or whatever. And adding some submodules is actually really easy as well. There's a couple ways you can do this. The first way is just add a submodule here. And we'll make our first one, we'll call it British Columbia. And as you can see on the side here, we now have a new section called British Columbia, and it's right underneath the main module now. So this is a sub-module. This might be a week's worth of work for your students, and then you can move on to the next week and so on, right? And you can create topics inside of the big module, or you can create topics within the submodule. I'm not going to get into that yet in this video. That's actually going to be in the next video. But it's cool that you can actually kind of differentiate between the two. The other way you can add a submodule is, remember that little sidebar we used to create the first module? Well, you can create a new module there. Let's call this Alberta. And right now it is if we go into the environmental features of Canada, you'll see Alberta's actually not there. And that's okay. There's a few ways we can include Alberta into here. The easiest way is just to kind of grab it on the side here. You'll have little crosshairs, and you just drag it below environmental features of Canada, and there we go. Now Alberta's in there, British Columbia's in there. You can even switch the order of the two if you want. So there you go. Now let's say you made a mistake and you actually want this to be its own module and not a submodule. There's a couple ways you can do this. First, you can drag it above environmental features of Canada, and now you can see Alberta's not part of that anymore. So that works. But the tricky thing is, if you want to move this after that module, it actually brings it back into environmental features of Canada. But there's actually a way you can fix this. First, bring it above so it's its own module. And then click this little down arrow here and select move. Oh, sorry, I think I have the wrong one here. Go to Alberta. Go to move down. And now it's its own module and it's not inside of here anymore. If I click here, the only thing in there is British Columbia. So I hope that made sense. The last thing I'm going to talk about is deleting modules, which is really, really easy. I'll show you by first showing you how to get rid of a submodule. So we'll go to British Columbia, just click the little down arrow, delete module. And one thing that's cool about D2L is you actually have the option to delete the module but keep the resources, or delete the module and also delete the resources at the same time. Up to you. This makes it for a good backup. I mean, any important files you should have saved in your computer or your Google Drive or whatever. But this at least gives you some sort of backup, and it's nice having that flexibility, of course. So it doesn't really matter which one I pick because I don't have anything. Just click delete, and you just wait a second, and then it'll be gone. I'll make a cut. Oh, never mind. It's done. So as you can see, British Columbia's gone. And if you want to delete the module as a whole, same idea. It's the same process. It'll give you the option. Pick one. That's just if you want to keep files or not keep files. So nothing really to it. Give it a second. Sometimes it takes a while to delete it. I was running into some problems yesterday with that. So something to keep in mind. So in the next section, I'm going to be talking about creating topics and activities and all that stuff. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in part 2.